reconnected and free. Find new paths. This is your podcast space for deep life lessons and raw reflections from an open-end world journey and a soul-led life. Hosted by Maya. How do you make big decisions? And how do you feel afterwards? After making the decision? And also when your decision comes into the material world, so it shows itself. Decisions are really important in our life. They lead us to some important paths and we can't avoid them. It's the big decisions in life that are like so life-changing, with especially in young age, and for my case the 20s, where everyone is at a certain and totally different point in life and we can make all decisions and go in all directions, but also later in life where it might seem to be more difficult, or at some life phases maybe easier to make big decisions again. But also in our everyday life we have decisions we make, and sometimes we make them not so conscious, maybe unconscious. This is like the difference also between the big decisions and the small decisions. Big decisions are something we think about and we get into them and it's so conscious. And on the everyday base, that's often the unconscious decisions. It's when we do things automatically, or when we decide for a certain thing. But what we do then rapidly on an everyday base, or rapidly in general, this is what will long-term put us in a different, totally different point in life. So this is what we're going to talk about today in today's podcast episode. How do you make your decisions? How can you improve making your decisions that you're happier with the outcome, that it's easier for you to make those decisions, because the decisions are so important? And how is this process? How can decision making help us improve our life, and how it also changes it in ourselves in the end? So decisions, yay. Some love them, most of them hate them and avoid them. And I can understand, because the consequences of our decisions are huge, not only for us, but also for our surroundings, or often even for our society or our collective. We don't always know the outcome of our own decisions for ourselves, and especially not for the ripple effects it has, because it can change so much in different timelines for different people or a mass of people. Yes, and your decisions are really important for your life too, and how your life will turn out and how you feel like. And this is a really important topic in every life stage, I'd say. But I'm a little bit focusing today also on your 20s, because this is where I am now. So this is what I can talk most about from a personal space, kinda. But for everyone will be in something, because I've been through some really important decisions in my life. My path was really different, so I had to do really important decisions already, and I did them. I mean, otherwise I wouldn't be here right now and wouldn't be like in Malaysia, for example. But we'll come to that decision too. But also I've attended like a really good workshop, several good workshops actually, for decision making, and other experiences from other people, personality development bubble, and so on. So I have a lot of tools for you today again, and we'll dive deeper and deeper now. So decisions. You have these life-changing decisions, and I think the first time they really hit for ourselves, in my opinion, is when we are getting out of school and the process of everything in the 20s, because in your 20s, yeah, sometimes late teenage years or early 30s too, but this is the phase where it's compressed many important decisions that affect yeah, several years or your whole life come together. And this is where a lot of expectations are coming, a lot of pressure, where a lot of opinions are there, and where a lot is going on. Also, mentally, also with everything we are confronting ourselves, we are confronted with. And on top, all of these decisions, how? There it's easy to avoid them. It's easy to avoid them, to just push them further away. Yeah, I can decide that tomorrow, in a month, in a year, whatever. I'll just do this before to keep us distracted, to keep us productive. But in reality, we're just pushing a decision away. You know, when you should work on something or decide something important, but instead, suddenly you love cleaning your apartment or your room or doing something else you pushed away for a long time. Yeah, we love distracting ourselves. Also with our phones and social media. How easy is it with this device that we are most of the time on the day carrying around with us? Just, here's the app. Let's just swipe. Interesting. This is where we get numb. This is where we forget the time. This is afterwards we don't have the energy to decide something. And we are having no clue how to decide, what to decide, and whatever. This is a huge problem these days. And it doesn't bring us any further. It's fine. So we can also be, yeah, you can be self-compassionate with yourself for how you already made your decisions, what the outcome was, also how you right now dealing with making decisions or procrastination or pushing things away. Yeah, because it had reasons that you behaved like this, and this is fine. We are now here together to change this, to give you the tools you might need or have wished for to finally move something in the direction you wish for. Because whatever it is big, we're focusing now on the big things. You need to decide. You know there's something waiting for you. And when this is something important too, I've learned through the years, when we are deciding for something, we're also deciding against something. And when we are deciding against something, saying no to something, we are saying yes to something else. What does that mean? Oftentimes, when we make a decision, we say yes to something, and we are happy to say yes to this opportunity, for example, to our dream job. But on the other hand, with this decision comes we need to say no to the other job we did for a long time and have nice colleagues there. Or we say yes to that one university, but that means saying no to continue living in your hometown. There are two things coming, and this can be really hard to decide because we love both sides and we're happy for what we decided and for what is waiting for us. But also there's the sadness, and maybe you feel like you might regret it, or you regret it already because maybe you could have had it all and you decided, and then the downward spiral can begin. So let's make decisions so full of confidence and full of the feeling of this is the right thing to do, that you don't regret the thing you said no to or whatever. So we want to be in a space of abundance and not about regretting something, you know? Making big decisions. Maybe there's a decision you need to make. Then you can already take your own example and continue also to listen carefully. This is like processes we're going through with these decisions. As I said, it's important when we make a decision to not feel bad afterwards, because hey, we can also make another decision. I mean, for example, when you decide to move out of home and then you feel like wherever you move to this is not what you feel like, or wherever you moved there, you can't do this anymore, you want to go back, then go back. I know someone who moved back to their family's house after already moving out, after traveling the world, after doing many things, and then late 20s, I go back to my family because I feel lost, and there I feel at home and it feels good. And he's the happiest ever. And this is a certain life phase, and maybe this phase will change, and this is fine, but at least if everyone feels good with that decision, that's great. Don't ever feel ashamed or embarrassed because of your decisions. You can stay with your decisions no matter what other people say, as long as you feel good with this, and as long as you're not um I'd say harm someone else. Sometimes we hurt other people, not intentionally, but we hurt other people. For example, when a breakup is happening, when we are separating ourselves from someone. Um, but this is for the long-term good, for the growth, for the happiness. So this is fine. Be fine with your decisions, and also be fine with acknowledging that your decision hasn't brought you where you wanted to be. Your decision isn't one that you would make like this again. And you see how I just talked about these two sentences I said? I didn't say like, yeah, you can regret your decisions because they were wrong. No, they are not, because they brought you to a certain place where you are right now, where you realize this isn't something you wanted when you tried it out, or because it was different than expected or than imagined or whatever. But it brought you somewhere important, and it's important that it happened, that you made this misleading decision. But every step we take in a direction that might seem wrong, and everything we try out that isn't ourselves and what we want, brings us more to where we want to be, to what we want in life. This is this is actually helpful. So don't be afraid of making decisions or making the wrong decisions, because you can always grow and learn. How much can you learn from and see the opportunities from everything happening? It's just about the meaning you give these events, these challenges, these outcomes from your situation. They have something good. Maybe you can see it now, maybe one day. It's all there to learn you something, to teach you something, to strengthen you. So there are no bad decisions in that kind of way, except from harming others or yourself, I guess I should say, and from giving up on yourself. Because hello, because self-belief is so important. Oh, I love this butterfly. I hope it's so passing by. Love it here. Yeah, and it came while talking about self-belief. You need to believe in the magic of life and everything happening for you and in yourself. And this might not be easy now, but you're getting there, and it will support you no matter what. Yeah, maybe you also need support when making your decisions, when talking to others, what their opinions are, what their experiences are. Um, it's easy to talk about big decisions with your loved ones. Just keep in mind that your loved ones also want to have you in their life, and also only can give you advices on what they've experienced and how they made their decisions and what worked for them in life and what not. But maybe you want another life than your surroundings or your family. Maybe then that's not always in every category of decisions in life to approach them. It's important to always also somehow seek advice from people who are there where you want to be. in a certain life area or for something specific, because they've gone the way. It is always important to talk with people, to people, and ask them questions who've taken the way or part of the way that you want to take. And this is a way more valuable advice than someone who's just talking out of fear of losing you or fear in general or lack of experiences in a certain area you need an advice for. So you can get advices from other people for making your decisions, but choose wisely. And don't forget that you can also use books or podcasts like this one or social media to indirectly get this advice, to get into those fields, or directly to text people, to work with people, to work for people, to get there. Yeah. Also with me, just text me on Instagram when there's something you're you want to talk about. Yeah, something you want to talk about. So decision making is not about something external. Yes, you can seek advice from others and you can talk to them, but in the end, no one can really help you with that. It's something internal, it's something inside of you that wants to get out, to live from inside out. Because when you just make your decisions based on what other people's expectations are, you want to fulfill those expectations because you want to be loved or you want to do what makes them happy, to make them happy or whatever. Guess what? Probably you're not gonna be long-term happy because then you're living the lives of someone else, and yeah, not the best thing to do, I'd say. So let's work on the internal instead. um, Internally, and this is something I think I start with a workshop I've attended, and this was that you could start making your decisions value based. So the workshop was value based decision making. Was really great. It was, by the way, in the Atlas Hostel in Pai in northern Thailand. So if you ever get a chance to go there, it's an amazing place, a hostel with like-minded spiritual people and workshops all day long, really helpful ones. It's really magical and special there. So in this workshop, I just focus on the essence now for you. We talked about the how to make decisions and to make decisions value based, and that means you have certain values inside of you. Maybe you're not conscious of them right now, what your most important values are, and this is fine because this is part of the process of getting to know yourself and finding your path. And then when you know what's important to you, which values especially, like for example, trust, integrity, love, freedom, fun, family, friends. What else does there exist? So much. So there are many values you could have, or abundance, money, success, career, whatever. So you get a feeling for that. And when you find out which values are inside of you, which resonate most with you, we can talk about that. Another point of content piece, however, just a little glimpse. If you want to find out what your values are, you need to get to know yourself better. This is when you try different things out, when you feed into things, and when you just do an experience and get you out in this world, because what your values are and how to find them out, no one teaches you. It's an inside process. And yeah, there are many nice workshops about that. Another point, I for sure will talk about that too. But we are focusing now on what to do with the values when you already know these values. So you can make it like more logical or more with your feeling kind of. And I think in combination is important too. When you work with your values in a kind of more brainy kind of way, then have your you have your values. Maybe it's nice also with all the other process if you have a piece of paper and write down your core values. Let's work with the 3 or 5, and like first one is this most important, then fifth less important but still really important to you. And then you have like an orientational, and maybe you can also make like you have this on the side of the piece of paper or digital paper, whatever, and then you have making a mind map and writing like this is the topic or this is what I want to decide on, and then you can just see whatever comes, writing in your journal like this is a decision I need to make, these are my thoughts, just writing your thoughts down, writing your feelings down. You can make a pro and cons list to make those to compare to outcomes of this one decision. Like for example, do I want to go to university? Then this is why I want to do it, or this is why I don't want to do it. For example, this is why I want to do a certain job, or this is why I don't want to have the certain job. Then you can just compare easily. Then you can also like write down how to combine how much in the decision you make or in the pro or con decision kinda is your value. For example, I want to go to do I want to go to university is your question. Okay, your highest value is freedom. Long term, short term, will university give me freedom? Yes, it will because. No, it won't because. Yes, long term, it will because. No, long term, it won't because. Whatever. So you can compare this. Also, not with just what comes into your mind. So pros and cons list first, and then maybe with your values combined. Yes. So I would say just create your own workshop about it and do some tasks. Don't overload yourself with tasks. Maybe one exercise is enough for you to do. But this is just all to find the direction. And this doesn't need to be like the total, the final decision, but it can give you a great direction for especially the second part of decision making process is the kind of more not brainy. This was the first. The second is more the feeling. So you hear what your intuition is telling you, and your intuition maybe needs to be strengthened. Your imagination needs to be strengthened for this, but you can strengthen your imagination and your intuition when you make more decisions. So it needs each other to grow, to say it like this. You can maybe you can already feel in these decisions. Maybe like, okay, after all of doing this, I'm closing my eyes. Yeah, I feel more like doing this, or no, I feel more like doing that. But maybe there's another process needed, a deeper process. Oh, I feel like a meditation is calling. Yeah. I give you an example because some kind of meditation, I wouldn't call it meditation because you're not sitting in silence. Oh, in silence, answers can come too, just to meditate and just to just to sit there and let come whatever comes. If it's closing your eyes and meditating, or if it's sitting in nature and feeling whatever is there. Sometimes you even have to try some things out. If you can, for example, for the university or the job finding, you'll try out one day there and then, or some hours to get into the space and to have a feeling how good you feel there. But this is something it has to do really with intuition too, because you have to feel inside of them. in the places and what's going on there. If you feel good there, if you feel like you belong there. Do I feel that I belong there? Yeah, this is a good one. So, yeah, decision making in meditation are also really helpful when you do the work before with your brain, or you can directly start with the meditation. And there's a really strong meditation for finding out if it's one way or the other way for you. Maybe you have to do it several times. Maybe you feel that it doesn't resonate with you at all. But maybe this is the point where finally something is switching because you're just connecting with your heart, with your true self, and you can feel this is my decision or this is not my decision. So, yeah, let's do this meditation. I'm giving you an example of what this meditation looks like. I'm just thinking about for a short second. We'll do this meditation at the end of the podcast, of this episode. So when you don't feel like it's the right time for you to do this meditation now because it doesn't resonate with you, you don't have a big decision to make, or you're not at the right place, you can't just be by yourself for this kind of big progress also, but also process right now, then you can just skip it. You can just do it whenever else it's more fitting. And then, yeah, we're focused now a little bit on the everyday decisions, and then we're doing the meditations. So you have everything you need for making your decisions, big or small, whatever it is. You don't even have to label them like big or small. Maybe labeling a big decision as a big decision is the problem you have, because this makes you afraid, and then you're like in freeze, flight, or fight modus, and this is not a good point of making a decision. So when you want to make a decision, see that you feel good, that you are in a state where you're somewhere where you are safe and where you are can decide now, not in a certain feeling, not involved into something, but having a moment for yourself, by yourself. And if you have the safety now for making your decision, but not the energy, you can, before doing this, making the decision, change your state, change what you're focusing on. This is another great podcast episode I published last week, so you should really listen to that one if you feel like you're not in an emotional state to make a decision, but a decision is needed to be made. So you focus on something else and switch this to be in a different and a better kind of state to be ready to make your decision. To make a good decision means something you can learn from, you can grow with, and which feels right and aligned with your true self and your heart, and the decision that is for you. So yeah, this is really helpful also to combine this focus state kind of switch and the decision making. So everyday life decisions, conscious or unconscious. Yeah, we all know these decisions. And someone once told me that you only have a certain capacity per day. It's full capacity when you wake up, hopefully full or nearly full when you haven't slept that good. And every decision you make, conscious or unconscious, drains from that energy battery. So you're really not able, you get less able through the day to make your decisions. So this is making your decisions as early in the day as possible, to focus on the really important things already in the morning and before noon. Yeah, maybe this is something that resonates with you, that could be important for you too, to don't push your decisions so far away that it's like, okay, I need to decide this now in the evening at 11 p.m. because I need to write my answer until 11:30 p.m. You know what I mean? So give yourself time for this process. It's not just about saying, I decide this or that. Okay, I decide this. Maybe with some decisions, maybe when you're close with your intuition, but some decisions, like the big ones we were talking about, need time, need a progress, need a certain feeling so you're sure with that. And in your everyday life, it's important to train yourself to make decisions, not run, to continue maybe also run away from making decisions, because this is like a muscle we need to strengthen for the big decisions and the small decisions. And when you strengthen this muscle with making small decisions again and again and gaining confidence with making decisions and decisions you made, to be able to make bigger decisions, or that your decisions are getting easier. You know, for some people, it's just like, okay, I want it to be easier to decide what I want to eat. When I'm in a restaurant and the menu is way too long and everyone is just waiting for me. Or maybe it's just what I want to cook myself, what I want to buy. Maybe it's the decision about making sport or not making sport, or maybe the way you are eating, nourishing yourself or not. And these decisions may seem small, but they often have a big impact, especially because we repeat them again. We repeat them again and again. This is something like, for example, what our habits are. We're building our habits with one time deciding something. This is what we want to have our life like, or this is something we need for our life to be a certain kind of way. We need to do this again and again. So we decide every day for. It's different what people say, how long it takes to evolve a habit, to establish a habit. So 3-4 weeks, you need to decide every day I'm going to do this, and then it somehow someday gets easier, and you can do this automatically. So it doesn't drain your energy your energy battery for making a decision, because this is yourself, this is a habit, this is something from you, this is your identity. So it's easy for you to do this. But this is not only the identity you can build, but also the identity you already have with what you trained yourself to, with habits you trained yourself to, so that are now yourself, that don't now belong to you, and that they maybe aren't the best for you and won't lead you to the life you want, because whatever brought you to the state and place you are right now in life, this won't bring you where you want to be, because otherwise this would already be your life, you know. So yeah, a habit change could be good, which needs some decision muscle strength. It's a training. Life is a training. Yeah, but it can make your life easier when you one day don't have to decide if you want to go to sport or not. And with the sport kind of thing, and also with the food and other examples, what you're doing on everyday life, or with some routines also. Why are you making this? Why do you want to make this? What is your motivation? And motivation doesn't have to be someone from the outside shouting at you, yeah, you can do this, you can do this. It can be internal. And internal, yeah, maybe you can manage to motivate yourself. I mean, for example, I motivated myself with affirmations that I spoke into and recorded, and then always repeated them and listened to them. This can be good, but sometimes the whole, I'd say, the whole is too big between where you want to be and where you are right now, and then you can't believe yourself or the motivator or whatever. So what can we do to build a bridge? We can build a bridge when we again base our decisions on our values. So you find out what is important for you and why is it important for you, and then you can more easily do it. For example, one of your 5 biggest values, most important values, is health. And if you want to be healthy, yeah, then you should make some exercises, some sports. You should feed your mind a certain way. Why are you feeding your mind? Always just with TV and bad news and reality trash? Or are you feeding your mind with certain books and frequencies and nature and so on? Also with being in nature, fresh on air could be something healthy. With the way you eat. What are you eating? What are you nourishing your body with? Hopefully you are nourishing it, not just feeding it with something. And then when you know good food is important for me, then it's easier to decide what you buy, what you take out of the fridge, what you eat in a restaurant, and so on. So you have, with your values, a guidance. a guideline to what to decide, how to decide what you would tend to do. And this is why values and getting to know your values is so important, really. Okay, yeah. Train yourself, strengthen that decision making muscle with every decision you make in your everyday life, no matter how small it seems to be. I think everything is said of what decision making is about right now. For sure, there's this value topic a little bit open. We'll get back to that. And as I said, there are beautiful workshops to attend to, or even some things you can easily find through ChatGPT or the internet, some exercises so you can do them by yourself. I'm now making this great meditation with you because maybe you have a big decision to make and you want some guidance from your higher self, some guidance from your intuition or whatever. So maybe this meditation is what gives you your answer. So when you're ready to do this meditation, I hope you're at a great calm space wherever you feel safe and good, where no one will interrupt you. I'd love to give you a time for that now, but I don't know how long this meditation is going to be. I say give yourself 15 to 30 minutes roundabout, not just because of the meditation, but because of afterwards. Also have your journal with you because maybe you have a certain feeling or intuition or decision afterwards, and then you want to write down, this is my decision. So you will for sure act like this decision, or maybe something else you want to write, how you felt, or to get more into this decision you made, why you made it, or whatever comes. Maybe sometimes it's just good after meditation, such a big meditation, to journal afterwards. So be at a safe place near your journal. Get into your meditation seat, whatever it is. Maybe it's sitting on a chair, straight legs, putting the hands on your lap or on the knees. Maybe you're sitting somewhere nicely and you can sit with crossed legs. Let's see. For me today, yeah, I sometimes also feel in certain positions to sit for meditation. For me, this time it's sitting on a chair. Yeah. Then let's get ready for this decision. And maybe get comfortable, rolling your shoulders maybe a little bit still. See if my microphone works. Yeah. Then, when you're ready, take a deep breath in. And with the deep breath out, close your eyes. Take another deep breath in. And out. One more deep breath in. And deep breath out. Settle into this moment that is right now. Focus on the sounds around you. What can you hear wherever you are right now? Near and far. Go with the sensation. Hear everything that is there. Now that you've recognized what's around you and you can Feel safe with whatever is there. You can get into your body to get deeper in this relaxation that is needed for what's coming. At this point, we are making a body scan to connect with your body and to relax. So start going through your body at one of your feet, at one of your toes, and go through your body upwards, feeling everything that is there. Not judging it, just feeling what is there, which sensations. You don't need to name them, just feel them. Now I have the time to go through your whole body and feel it. Really feel what's there. So how does your body feel overall now that you've reached the top of your head and above your head? This is where the crown chakra is. This is also important to feel. If you don't feel anything there, that's totally fine too. You just give it space to be felt. Now we're going deeper, and because we really want to get into your heart and find out about your decision, what you are deciding today, we are first visiting your heart and then getting deeper where the decision is made. So feel inside your heart the wonderful thing that is working every day non-stop for you, keeping you alive, keeping you beautiful human alive. Feel inside of you. What is the decision you want to make today? Speak it out loud or just with the voice inside of your head. But tell me, what is the decision you're making now? Thank you for sharing your decision with me so we can work on whatever you decide today. So we got a question, and now we're going deep with this question. We are going to a wonderful place. For this wonderful place, everything that's separating our heart from this place are 5 steps. Imagine, really visualize with all your imagination 5 steps leading downwards. You're standing on top, facing 5 steps in front of you down there. With every step that you now will take, you'll get deeper, deeper to your true self, to your unconscious, to the place where you can truly make your decision. And you're happy to make that decision because it will free you. It will finally bring you closer to where you want to be, what you want to feel like. So this is a great thing. This is such a happy place we're visiting. So trust this moment in this staircase, and every step you take, you get deeper. So now move to the one step underneath you. You feel like you're falling deeper and deeper. You can relax. You can feel good now. You're safe. 2. Another step you've taken near to your happy place. You feel like weight is lifted off your body and your shoulders, and you can relax. Want to go deeper, so now breathe. Take another step. Feel even more relaxed. Your whole body is calmed down, is happy for the relief, and sinking in. 4. Take another step. And this is exactly what you need to feel that. And this is good. This is good. This is what you feel. And you're ready for this last step because you want to feel completely relaxed. Want to be in peace and ease and at your happy place. You take the last step. 5. You feel completely safe, relaxed, and where you need to be right now. You're ready. And now you can see what is in front of you. It's a beautiful big door in front of you. And you know where it leads to a beautiful place that you want to reach. So you put your hand on the door and open it. It's easy to open. And the dark place you were at now is shifted. It's full of light. Beautiful golden light is now streaming into wherever you were. And you love this light in this place. And you go through the store and you're on a beautiful, beautiful natural place now. It's there are flowers everywhere and grass. It's a beautiful field and it's bigger than you can imagine, bigger than you can see, further than you can see, and the sky is so blue, some nice white clouds, and the golden sun, golden light is everywhere, making you feel even more happy and comfortable and so safe. But you're not on the field directly, you're on a path. You're on a path with little stones that are leading somewhere, and you're just following this path, being grateful for being here and following, just following wherever you are. You go further and further, see some butterflies, you feel fascinated and so happy. And then there's a fork in the road. There's 2 ways you could take. One right and one left. And you remember now the question you have about the decision you want to make. Repeat it once more. Thank you. So there's one direction, one path you could take, the right one. This is one outcome of the decision. Whether it's a certain scenario or a yes or no, whatever it is for your question, just look that path and go it. Take it. Take yourself now on a little travels. What does your life feel like? What do you feel like at the moment you realize this decision? The moment that the decision shows itself. Where are you? What do you feel like? Imagine it as good as possible. Now that you feel in this place and you feel ready to go, travel even further. Travel into your future. 5 years from exactly today. You've made your decision, and long ago It showed itself. You've experienced the consequences of your decision. Where are you now? What do you feel like? Who's with you? What is your life like? Where are you exactly? What emotions do you have? What does your body feel like? When you felt enough into the situation, then let's travel one last time at this path 10 years from now. 10 years from now, where are you with the decision you made, the outcome, the results? Who are you with? What surrounds you? What do you feel like? Your body, your emotions. Feel into your heart. Now that you've experienced it all, travel further back, and suddenly you're at the fork of the road again. You see the path on the right you've taken, with the decision's outcome you made, and now you turn left and see the other result. What could happen if you decided otherwise? So also go this path for a while, feel into the moment you made the decision, and feel finally the outcome of the decision. Where are you? Who surrounds you? What do you feel like physically and mentally? What's there? Now that you feel into this and you're ready, we try and travel again. 5 years from exactly this day today. What has happened because of your decision? Where are you now? Who is with you? What is going on? What is happening here? And what do you feel like? When you're ready, let's time travel one last time, 10 years from today. It's 10 years ago that you've made this decision, that you've taken another path, another direction. Where are you now? What is going on here? What has happened? Who is with you? And how do you feel here? When you're ready, travel back in time to today, to this certain time, and to back to the fork of the road. You can decide now by yourself. Do you want to make a decision now? And if you feel like it's time to decide, and you've committed yourself to decide, then feel again into the two possibilities, the two outcomes of your decision you want to make. And look right to one direction and outcome, feel into it, and then left and do the same. With now that you know the big picture, decide. What is the answer of your question? Which way are you taking? Listen to your intuition and take whatever is there. You feel light and bright and happy and freed because you made this decision. You feel like the sun is even brighter now. It feels even better on your skin. The smell of the flowers is more intense. You see some more butterflies and even bees this time, and birds. Everyone is supporting you and your decision and whatever will happen. So you happily turn around, walk the stone path between the field back to the big door. You're ready, you know that. So you open the door and get back to the dark staircase. But it's not that dark anymore because you're shining. You have this golden light inside of yourself because you made a really important decisions and you supported with that one. So you have the 5 steps ahead of you. And with every step you take, you wake more and get back more into your body, into the certain moment, right here, right now, wherever you're sitting. So you take your first step. 1. You feel like your body is melting, like someone is pouring cold water over your head, but it's a nice and gentle feeling. It streams through your whole body. You're slowly waking up, like from a dream, but you know it was not a dream. There's something important that you take with you. The upcoming numbers, you know you'll be more awake. 2. The next step is done. You feel like you did the right thing, that you made this process, you're proud of yourself because of this decision, and you feel slowly your body again. You're ready for the next step. 2, 3. It's 3. The next step is 3. Free as you are. You slowly start with little movements of your toes, fingers, to wake them up gently, so gently. Another step. 2. You move slowly also your hands and feet a little bit to wake them up, still letting your eyes closed. And next step, still with eyes closed, is 1. You move your arms and legs like it's comfortable. You feel like you're back in your heart space now. You can rest your body again and feel awake. You're ready. Your heart tells you. You're ready for whatever you've decided. I support you. I'm with you. I know you can do this. And I'm so grateful that you've decided finally, so we can take the next steps. Thank you. You put your hands on your heart and feel it. Feel its gratefulness. You're grateful. You're proud of yourself that you did this for you. And with the excitement and happiness of your decision, you're now ready to slowly open your eyes again and welcome yourself in a certain moment. Now let that feeling and decision sink in. Maybe write it down if you feel like doing that. Be safe and ready for whatever's coming, for what's meant to be for you. And whenever you want to redo this process, want to feel again into this decision or another decision, because you can always change your decisions, your path, then come back to this place. And I'm happy to greet you here with open arms. So thank you for stepping into your real power, into your destiny, into your path, and making the decisions that are needed for you, from you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. This podcast accompanies you through big changes, life's questions, and the beauty of finding your own way. If you what touched your heart today, I'd love to read that in the comments. You want daily insights in travel life and direct learnings? Then make sure to follow me on Instagram. The links are as always in the show notes. Keep walking your path. Much love, yours Maya.